Alright, I'm going to be doing my trailing bridal bouquet now. So for my, so the inspiration for the bouquet is I want it to be greens, whites and the pop of red. So I've got these beautiful red and white roses which are just sitting in some water at the moment, which I'll be using as flower. I have some baby's breath and this Geraldine bulb in Geraldine wax, sorry, in the bulb, which I'm going to pop through. I've got the ruscus and the croton red, which I'm going to use to build the base. And I have a small amount of eucalyptus to use as well. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough flowers, so I do have some lilies, which I can use as backup as well. I'm hoping just to stick with the roses though, so we'll see how we go. All right, and for my materials, I've got some wire. I've got a few scissors and my wire cutters as well. I do have my gloves in case I want to use them. I've got some what are these called? Pins. I've got some ribbon because I'd love to tie a bow and have that trailing as well. And I've got tape. So, all right, I'm going to start by prepping my flowers. So, cut a few pieces of wire. Now with these roses, I'm going to be going up and through the top of the base. So I'm just going to push this wire through carefully. Alright, and then I'm going to pull it down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these, so these are going to sit facing the bride, and I'm going to have the white as the trail. So I'm going to keep the stem a bit longer at the moment. I will cut the whites a bit shorter because they're going to be joined together so they sort of flow down. But I'm just going to twist this wire around, hold it in place. Alright, now I'm going to do that with all of my red roses to begin with. Now I wonder if I should be using longer pieces of wire. We'll see. Pushing that through. And twist. Alright, 2 done. Do my last red rose. Alright. Now I'll do my white roses. These need to be cleaned up a little bit, so I'll get out my scissors. Now they don't have any thorns on them, so I don't need to strip them. Okay, just clean these up first and then I'll wire these up. Again, just pushing through the base. These are quite delicate. I might use a long piece of wire actually, because I want to attach these all together. So I just pulled that out, and I'm just going to poke it through the same hole. There we go. Alright. And just twist that one a few times. Alright. I'm done. Two. 3. And 4. A few of those came off, so I'm just going to pull and have it as a closed bud there. Alrighty, now I'm going to trim these stems because I want to try and attach them together so that I can have this as a trailing piece. Right, so I'm going to work with a bit of the eucalyptus and the baby's breath to tie that in. So I'm going to work on the table and using my tape create sort of the hanging arrangement. I will be sort of twisting these flowers using the wire. Putting a few of these. Alright. So first I want to create, attach a piece of the eucalyptus and the baby's breath to each of my little elements. So I'm going to take that together and then put them all together. Hopefully this works. Okay, it's held in place. I'm going to get rid of that excess tape for now. I've still got the wires out because I'm going to use that to attach to my next piece. So that's sort of trailing down, and I'm going to do that with the other couple. So I've got another rose, another baby's breath, and a piece of eucalyptus. This is just a small piece. I'm going to position this rose. I did the last rose to the right, so I'm going to do this one bend it to the left. just being careful to bend that wire and not the stem of the rose. Just taking off that extra foliage and securing this together. Alright, here's my second one. So we've got, oh sorry, I did 2 to the left, so now I'll do 2 to the right. Okay, bending that to the right, using the wire. Get another baby's breath, just do this little small one, and another eucalyptus. This one's quite large, so I'm just going to trim off that brown part and take off some of these leaves. Yep. Building that. Three. And one more. So just trim up that baby's breath again. Twisting my flower to the right, adding that in, and adding in my eucalyptus. Taping that up. Alright, so now I've got my 4 little trailing bits. I'm going to construct them together to be one. So I've got one that's pointed to the right. Okay. Straighten up these base stems with the wire. Alright, and so that will be sort of my first hanging piece. So I'm going to now tape that together. There we go. Adding in my next piece. Now this one I want to bend it to the right. So just taking care Adding that up a bit higher. Or do I want it lower? Sort of going around like that. It's quite nice, isn't it? Like that. Taking this up. I'll go through and fully tape it so it looks a bit neater, but I'm just getting them all into position first. There's my third one, and I will tape on my last, which will go here. I'm going to add it in there just to thicken up that base bit there. All right, that's secured in place. And that is now my trailing arrangement. So I've got a few wires. I'll leave them there for now. I'm just going to tidy up this part so it doesn't look so messy. And I'll hide it with the foliage anyway. Maybe just two little bits to tidy that up. Right. Smaller. Okay, so that'll be trailing down. Next I want to work on my foliage, but I am just going to have to do this in two videos, so I'll end this one and then I'll start a second one.